Suffering seniors, 4.7 million names, 8.5 cents each. Rape sufferers, $79 per 1,000. Urban scramble, ethnic second city strugglers, rural and barely making it. These are not dystopian inventions. These are not dark web products. These are real marketing categories here in the United States. Labels assigned to human beings who are then packaged, bundled, and sold. Some of these lists were actually shown to the United States Senate. This is not a conspiracy theory. It's an industry. One of the companies described the people on its suffering seniors list this way, and it's a direct quote. "These people are gullible. They want to believe their life can change." My mom is on one of those lists. In the 1970s, my mom worked on Capitol Hill. She helped write rules around consumer protection rules, around banking, lending, and transparency. She believed that if a system affected your health, your life, or your money, you had a right to see it, understand it, and question it. When we lived in Ecuador, she once saw this really long line outside of the women's prison. It was men waiting to go in and exploit women inside. Most people would look away from a line like that. My mom walked toward it. Within weeks, we were in that women's prison with food and supplies for the women and children living there. That's just who she is. She sees a problem, and she walks toward it. Now, that same woman calls me to check and see if it's her bank really calling her. Not because she's confused, and not because she's losing it, but because her life has been translated into data. And this isn't just one giant data breach, right? That's what we always picture. Now, these are ordinary traces. Her purchase history, apps she's downloaded, her medications she's on. All of these things combine to make predictions about who she is, what pressures are going to work on her, what to say, how to scam them, and how to make the most manipulative message for the exact person it's going to. This system that she lives in is designed to be invisible. It's part of its business model. And I know what you're thinking right now. Some of you are thinking, this is not a problem for us, this is a problem for seniors. Well, you're wrong. Every single one of you is on a list. You just don't know what your list is called. It starts like this, it's not just the data that they're collecting and selling on you. They take those ordinary traces, the apps, what you're searching for, what you're buying, what you're clicking on, and then they combine those with outside records. Your age, your medical history, your income, your children. And then they start inferring things about your life, like maybe they're financially stressed, likely diabetic, newly divorced, persuasiveness score, likeliness to respond. All of these things together are what they consider probability scores about your life. And those probability scores determine who targets you, who markets to you, what you get charged for your insurance rates, or your lending agreements, or if you get approved for a lending agreement, or how about your employment. And the same data that is sold to those scammers is sold to political campaigns, to insurers, lenders, anyone who's willing to pay. Your data, your information. You are not just targeted, you're being assembled. And once you are assembled, that version of you can be sold to anyone who wants to pay. Now, this isn't just about data or privacy, because an invisible commercial system affects far more than just your privacy. It reroutes your rights. I could go through every single amendment in the Bill of Rights and tell you how your rights have been rerouted, but I'm going to stick with the two that are closest to our home. Right? Fourth Amendment. The government needs a warrant to see where you've been, who you've been talking to, and what you're reading. Well, unless it can buy the data instead. If the government can buy what it cannot constitutionally seize, the Constitution has become a pricing model. You didn't lose your rights. They were outsourced. 14th Amendment, we banned discrimination by race. So the system changed variable names. Urban scramble, ethnic second city strugglers. We have proof that lenders and mortgage companies are charging those groups more. This is not a future problem, this is now. But surprisingly, it's not even just about your rights. Believe it or not, it's actually much bigger than that. When entire populations are living within segmented information streams, trust erodes. Shared reality thins. People become angrier, more decisive, less reachable. Those same conversations that we used to have across a fence and we'd be able to debate, across a table and have a political conversation, those have eroded. And not because disagreement is new. It's that people are being drip-fed a content feed that is meant to specifically keep them reactive and scrolling for more. And when people are fed the same content over and over, they're not feeling this as manipulation. They're feeling it as their own opinions, their own viewpoint of the world. But they're being drip-fed a constant stream, more and more, of content that is designed to make them reactive and online. The system knows what keeps you interested, what keeps you active, what keeps you scrolling, and what keeps you angry. And then it gives you more and more of it. And so soon, people are not even arguing from the same set of facts. They're arguing from their own manufactured reality. Okay, so now that I've completely freaked you guys out, what do you do about it, right? All right, tonight, go home and freeze your credit. Do it for yourself, do it for your parents, and most especially do it for your children. Next thing, go home and set one rule. Before anyone moves money, hang up the phone and call a family member. And set a code word. AI can mimic voices. It cannot clone a word that you and your family chose together, okay? But I have to say, these are wonderful for your own protection, but they will not change the overarching problem that we have, because personal protections aren't going to do anything to a system that has opted out of being visible, okay? So my big ask of all of you is to demand a label. In the 70s, we demanded transparency. We wanted ingredient labels on our food. We wanted disclosures in lending. It was not radical. That was basic fairness. And we need to do it again. There is one phrase I want you guys to remember: the data broker loophole. The government can currently purchase what it cannot constitutionally seize. And the phrase that stops this is no warrant, no purchase. Call your representatives tomorrow. No warrant, no purchase. It's fairly simple, but unfortunately, we have to stand up and do something now, because AI has just supercharged this to an incredible degree. And now everyone's being hyper-targeted, and we have to defend ourselves. And we have to do it together. Because individual voices do nothing to change a systemic problem. But 270 million people who just found out that their data is being sold and they're being manipulated, that could truly make a difference. So 70s, we stood up for transparency. We wanted those things and we fought for them and we won. Because people decided that democracy does not do well in the dark. And invisible power is unacceptable. So I'll leave you with this. Are you a citizen or are you inventory? Thank you.